Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and welcome back to another Aesop Frock Day. Today, we're going to be reacting to Shovel. This was suggested by F. Neil, so thank you, F. Neil, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more Ace on the channel every single Friday. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what Shovel is all about. Let's see what Ace got to say. Let's get it.
I don't shrug, instead of the ramifications of my shovel, loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini, stupid contenders from viewing the puzzle. I don't budge the motives, encased inside the gauntlet's hunger quotas. I don't shrug, instead.
Okay, very interesting start. Like almost completely different from anything else I feel like I've heard from Ace. Really nice beginning with the instrumental. Love those string stabs, the drums. There's that nice kind of riser coming in every so often underneath, adding some extra texture. Then the flow comes in, and somebody else mentioned this. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name off the top of my head. That he hits like a Bone Thugs type of flow on this, and that's exactly the feeling the beginning here has. It's got like kind of a triplet type of feel. It's got more of like a harmonic type of sound to it, definitely from the layering. Really, really cool beginning to this. Let's see where it'll take us.
Puzzle, I don't budge the motives, encased inside the gauntlet's hunger quotas. I don't shrug, instead of the ramifications of my shovel, loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini, stupid contenders for viewing the puzzle. I don't budge the motives, encased inside the gauntlet's hunger quotas. My kitchen sink leaks like your.
Interesting. I like how he says something about like the consequences of his shovel uprooting the forest. I'm wondering, maybe this is about the world. Maybe this is about how we're treating the world. Maybe this is more of a metaphor that is, that's how it's taking its shape. I'm not sure exactly what the metaphor would be, but let's keep it rolling. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Encased inside the gauntlet's hunger quotas. My kitchen sink leaks like you're rich and a speaker's secret about the world spins, yet nobody's pledged allegiance. And why? His beaming smile knew a private agony that burns. And when the children met divinity, I sat to watch them merge. Panda, Moni, I'm live. Y'all motherfuckers stand up. Volunteer tantrums while your plan sunk vivid. Play a sympathy card, son of misery, classed in a basket cases in a classless matrix with elastic patience. Dragging about.
Yeah, very interesting evolution to this track. Seems like maybe the hook is kind of where that intro started us, and I imagine we'll probably come back to it. Then we drop into the verse. They drop almost everything out, just like the stabs and the drum kit. Ace's voice sounds very clear. Everything else is a nice bed underneath it. Then it starts to build up a little bit as we get further into the verse. Some pieces of the instrumental start coming back in. We get some layering going on with the punches and everything, giving some extra pop to a couple of the bars there. Very interesting changes.
Play a sympathy card, son of misery, classed in a basket cases in a classless matrix with elastic patience. Dragging a bag of lonely poem remnants, short of breath like you're short of fresh. You're a portable mess, carpetbagger, spearheading, tear peddling, pretentious art critics orbits, trying to dismiss those pioneering their fortunes. Spectacle, pushing for pedagogue, lacing up.
Yeah, it's very interesting how Ace will use like somewhat altering the mix on certain layers of his vocal to create like a call and response between himself where his voice will really take on a whole new character, but then it'll bounce back to the more like standard baseline character that his vocal has. Adds a lot of dynamism, adds a slightly like chaotic feeling to the track too. It's almost like he's talking over himself at times. Maybe like disorganized thoughts up in your head almost.
Pioneering their fortune, spectacle, pushing for pedagogue, lacing up paper wings, walking on stilts, talking. You touch the hand of God, and I'm like, what are these evils that plague the hearts of men by sweet talking border patrol until they fold and let them in? Got your life in a basket before you can say instant classic. Like the king of the mountain requires a
life in a basket before you could say instant classic. Not really like a compound rhyme there, but the instant classic to life in a basket. It's almost like he broke instant classic and just took the in the ASIC or ASKit off the end of it. Cool way to do it.
Like the king of the mountain requires a boost. I buried a hook in my belly just to volunteer at live bait clinics for the thrill of 9 great mimics with 18 bloody lips spitting. Beanstalk, choking outlines before the fakest fly. Walking uphill trying to get down. Prominent ghost town litigant battle pitch darkness with a light switch hits the artistry. Circuit board breaker. Service in the greater hibernation. See, money got wild shook.
Yeah, there we go. Having that vocal come in. It sounds like there's something going on with the phase of that. Maybe like purposely like slightly misaligning it so you really get that exaggerated layering sound. I can't remember exactly what the term is called. We were actually going over that recently in this mixing class I've been taking at school, but really, really fun way to do it. The bass line is nice. It's fairly simple. The mix is interesting. It feels like everything is like fairly hot. It's like a pretty well balanced mix, but especially when you got like all of the layers going at the same time, feels like maybe just like a little bit of tweaking might have been done to just balance everything out. But maybe my headphones and their frequency response, there's so many different variables with the reproduction of sound, right?
Prominent ghost town litigant battle pitch darkness with a light switch hits the artistry. Circuit board breaker. Service in the greater hibernation. See, money got wild shook while the exploitation incubated lovely. Warming piggy lead a colony to comfort. Numbing up to deny the sin pins and evil needles even punctured. Till he woke to find his tourniquet still function. I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini to get tennis from you in the puzzle. I don't budge the motives in case inside the corner's hunger. I don't shrug instead of
Yo, and we're getting some extra instruments in here as well. I heard something a little bit earlier in the track that kind of slipped by as like a small counter melody element, but now coming back into this hook, and we've got like, I'm gonna call it a saxophone. It's certainly some type of reeded woodwind instrument, maybe not a saxophone, but it adds this really great quality, the nice like legato, long, smooth delivery kind of singing over the top of the instrumental, but still underneath Ace's vocal really works well. And I feel like it really helps kind of sell like the smoothness and the connectedness of this faster kind of Bone Thugs type of flow that he's hitting.
I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini to get tennis from you in the puzzle. I don't budge the motives in case inside the gauntlets. Vertical and mostly stuck on plucking plumage out the poultry. Soaking and bolting a soap.
Plucking plumage out the poultry. The two PLs back to back. Then we got the POUL. Really, really nice sound with that.
Stuck on plucking plumage out the poultry. Soaking and bulking a sofa with duct tape upholstery. Dirty Doc Stellar, space medic, stoned by the
Yo, an upholstery. That's poultry to upholstery. That's a great rhyme. And it's like just a little further off. Also, excuse me, sorry I'm burping at y'all today.
Stellar space medic, stoned by the commoners for glowing. Pseudo floaters, bottom beat till bloated. Happy trail hitchhiker's guide to spanning oblivion, complete with a thankless 9 to 5 chapter. Sign your life after the fact. Wicked soldiers picking with buddy system logistic motors, like Noah's Ark ticket holders. Pivot, all in a day's breath. Sandman here to foreshadow what.
I like that. Yeah, calling out like pivot and then changing in topic with the bars, just kind of calling out like, look, we're going somewhere different with this. Don't get confused. I like that feel. And also, this is a good time to mention, most of these videos are brought to y'all by just the supporters on the Buy Me a Coffee. That's where the most support comes in. I get the most percentage of the revenue and everything like that. So if you guys truly enjoy the videos, you want to see more Aesop Frock Days in addition to everything else, as well as my original music like Dabda and the No Shoes Gang ciphers that have been re-releasing recently, take a look at the link tree in the description. Check out my tunes, check out the Buy Me a Coffee, show some love if you want. And if all you can do is watch the videos and hit subscribe, I appreciate that as well. So much love to all of y'all out there, everybody that supports whatever way you do it. And if you want to give a little more, I certainly appreciate that. Without any further ado, Let's keep it rolling.
Day's breath. Sandman, here to foreshadow a day when televisions run over baboon heart transplants. Sketching a glass partially empty to the hand cramps with an Iceman's chance in Donnie's dreamland to stand with a band's lamp. But maybe I do. Yeah, maybe it's all over. Maybe I won the game before the machine ate my quarter. I mean, absorbing attention's a must. You don't want to be overlooked. Yeah, but you don't want to be looked over too much. One up for the dash, hopes of 50 fishermen who crash boats in the
Yeah, really nice changes, nice delivery, very cohesive feeling. He maintains these different techniques like the calls and responses throughout the track, maintaining that like phase canceled type of sound. And it's really got a nice feel to it. It's really got a nice feel to it. Again, as we all know, it's hard to keep track of what's happening here, but that's what I love about Ace fans the most is they're like, "You don't understand? Great. Neither do I." Let's get it.
It's a must. You don't want to be overlooked. Yeah, but you don't want to be looked over too much. One up for the dash, hopes of 50 fishermen who crash boats and the angels who never hit bad notes when harmonizing. I'm an armor-plated farmer. I'm an archer rising with a drawn bow for the karma, with a bullseye clings and argues. Dense, spreads like new names at the writer's bench. Either you drink it or sink it, cause they ain't no sitting on the bench. You made me chuckle, child. This Hell's Kitchen now, miss. Recognize your life is merely bait for bigger fish. I don't shrug instead of the ramifications.
Yeah, really nice sound. And also, you can definitely feel like a little bit of an extra rawness in this track. It's always hard for me coming into this later to remember the timeline of Ace's projects. But this is Labor Days, which yeah, 2001. For whatever reason, this didn't make it to YouTube, at least under his channel, until 2 years ago. But coming from listening to stuff like integrated tech solutions that came out within like the last 2 years, maybe we even within the last year, and then coming all the way back here, there's definitely an extra rawness. You can see how Ace has refined since his writing in his writing since then, if I could figure out how to phrase it. But it's cool to take a look back and see one of his earlier projects where we can see the roots of where he's coming from and how it's changed over time. And I really love the hook. I think the hook is the highlight of this whole track. I would love to see him do more flows like this. And honestly, it makes me want to try to do them myself.
Your life is merely bait for bigger fish. I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini to a tennis for me with the puzzle. I don't budge the motives encased inside the corner tongue of quotas. I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini to a tennis for me with the puzzle. I don't budge the motives encased inside the corner tongue of quotas. I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini to a tennis for me with the puzzle. I don't budge the motives encased inside the corner tongue of quotas. I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the
I feel like this is one of the first times I've really seen Ace do this, where he just like doubles down on the hook. And at this point, it almost seemed like he like tripled or quadrupled down on the hook with how long this loop of it's going. It's a nice feel, classic way to outro a track, just like push on that hook, keep it rolling, fade it out. We'll see exactly what he does. He's still got about 25 seconds left to work here, which, while that sounds short, I think we all realize anytime you've ever had to do like a timed speaking like arrangement, 10 seconds is a lot longer than you would ever realize, much less like a whole minute. You know what I mean?
I don't shrug instead of the ramifications of my shovel. Loving the consequence of uprooting the jungle. I'm hugging the cycle of Gemini to a tennis for me with the puzzle. I don't budge the motives encased inside the corner tongue of quotas.
Cool. Okay.
Encased inside the corner tongue of quotas.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Still maintained kind of like an abrupt ending, having him just say like very spread out, like one line from the hook at the end there. Really just kind of it like sells the feeling of like ramping down for the track in a way. But really cool track, like the sound of it, great production, really love the instrumental, cool, interesting mix with the vocal and the beat. I feel like just like a tiny bit of tweaking, like we're talking like small adjustments here, maybe like tiny little like notch filters or something might have just helped separate a little bit further, especially when everything was coming in together. But really, really cool track. Great to see. Sorry. Hope that wasn't too loud for y'all at home. Rip headphone users. I just smacked the microphone. But that was Shovel from Aesop Rock. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did myself. Keep suggestions coming in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.